number 2 practiced the snake style. He was known as the snake spirit. He had the speed of a snake.
Not a donation. We don't want you. We don't need a donation. We don't believe in that so much. We actually will take it, but we're not asking for that. We are actually into a quid pro quo. So if you become a patron at intelligentblackpeople.com, that's intelligentblackpeople.com, then we will give you free stuff and all the materials, tools, weapons that you need to make your family strong and to build your family empire so you can add to the collective empire so that we can start winning this generation and the next. So Dr. Anderson, I'm going to ask you one last question, sir, if that's okay. I'd like to ask you about reparations. Now, there's been a lot of conversation about reparations. You've had different movements. I don't know. I don't know if you saw it because I noticed that you're not really so much into all the internet drama, but there's a lot of drama about divisiveness in terms of how to pursue reparations. Certain people claiming that that we were the first ones to push reparations. We were the first ones to talk about it. And one of the things I have been just honestly saying is I stepped out and just said that's not actually true. Dr. Anderson's been writing about reparations for the last 40, 50 years. He's been fighting on reparations for the last 40, 50 years. He has filed lawsuits and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars of his own money fighting these lawsuits for reparations. But there is conversation about reparations happening now. And I hope everybody will tell me if you agree with this point. My point is that any of these political candidates that are serious about reparations started ADOS, and Yvette Carnell she started the hashtag. Yvette Carnell is very smart. She's very analytical, but she's also very toxic, very negative, and she's also not a good leader. And so the ADOS movement is going to die, not because of the people in it. A lot of the people in ADOS I know are very good people, like in terms of followers. They jumped on board because all of us are ADOS. All of us are American descendants of slaves, so it's a good idea, but it was horrible execution. So a lot of the people are starting to see what I always saw, which is that Yvette is just a really sad, angry person. I don't know if she still lives in her mama's basement or whatever. I don't, and she's just kind of got this anger. And so if you look at her videos and you listen to her language, it's usually very negative. It's very, she attacks everyone. She attacked Louis Farrakhan. She attacked Claude Anderson. And didn't just disagree. She really got really nasty. And what happened is I think that she alienated her whole movement. So now anybody who's really trying to ride for ADOS, nobody takes that movement seriously anymore because they're like, oh, they're just a bunch of friends. They're just a bunch of professional trolls who just attack people on Twitter. That's all they do. Like they ain't never created nothing. They ain't never built ain't never raised no millions of dollars and really pushed legislation through. Ain't never really done anything significant. They just troll people on Twitter and attack everyone and tell people that they're bad and that they hate them and whatever. And so that just kind of, that shows a lack of political maturity, and also it shows a type of arrogance where it's like almost like you're so proud and happy that you finally got people to pay attention to you, like you're finally famous, and you think it's all about you, and you forget the mission of what it is you're supposed to be trying to do. So I think that ADOS was a great concept, but from everybody I've been talking to, there's the respect that ADOS had maybe 2 months ago is gone. The Talib Kweli thing was a big deal. I don't even agree with everything Talib Kweli said about, ADOS or about reparations in general. But when Talib Kweli, when the first thing Yvette did, when Talib made a comment, not even at her, he didn't even say he disagreed with her. He just made a comment on his Twitter, didn't even know who Yvette was. And she attacked him. There you are. You just a know-nothing celebrity and you need to just shut up. And so Talib, apparently he can get grimy. So if Talib goes back and he just decides, I want to destroy ADOS. So now he's attacking you when I think if you had approached him differently, he could have been your ally. He could have been your friend. So it's one thing if you're attacking enemies. If you're attacking like white folks or racists or white supremacists, that's fine. But if you're attacking your friends, then you can't expect to build a coalition when you're attacking your damn friends. Even the ADOS convention was even being hosted at Simmons College of Kentucky, which is run by Pastor Kevin Cosby, who's a pastor that I introduced Yvette Carnell to. I introduced him, and I was like, does he know that she basically tried to destroy the reputation and the legacy of Claude Anderson? Like, why are you going to host and support and hoist up and associate yourself with somebody who went out of their way to try to destroy Claude Anderson? Why are you going to align yourself with somebody who has done videos on how little respect she has for the black church. And you are a pastor, man. Like, you know, and so that's what happens. So what happens is that, in fact, I had somebody call me and they said, we wanted to find out if you wanted to be on our reparations panel, but we thought you were still working with Yvette Carnell. And so we didn't really want to invite you because we thought you were cool with Yvette. I said, I'm not cool with Yvette anymore. We worked together for a while, but I don't work with her anymore. And they were like, okay, well, we're glad to know that, because if you had been associated with her, we couldn't work with you. And that's what happens. And that's why, you know, in fact, with that Pastor Cosby, that's what I would say to him is like, you do know that people will evaluate you based on who you're associating with. And right now you're associating with one of the most toxic black figures in this country. Too toxic, divisive. You don't, I mean, again, don't take my word for it. Just go watch what she said. Watch her mannerisms. Watch her, how she carries herself, how she speaks, her facial expressions. When she's talking, she's always mad, always, you know, and it is just kind of like, God, like you're like a rotten flower, like you're like a human corpse. Like what is going on with you? Anyway, let me keep going. I told you guys you can ask me anything. Let me see here. You have to make examples out of them. Yeah, sometimes you do. And those who really push the envelope are the people who make the game unboring. But what I do think at the same time is I will admit I was a little bit concerned because I saw an ADOS member kind of run up on Mark Thompson. Mark Thompson was Sirius XM Satellite. Mark Thompson, I'm going to just say this. I judge people by how I dealt with them, how they dealt with me. And I will say, you know, I haven't talked to Mark in about 5-6 years. But I will say that there was a time when I talked to Mark quite a bit. And Mark and I did not see eye to eye. You know, Mark, for example, Mark was always a big believer in the NAACP. I believe in about the NAACP about as much as I believe in a bucket of pee. You know, like seriously, the NAACP, all I think about is pee, because you know, it makes me think about a bucket of pee. I have very little, been very frustrated through the years in terms of you know, the lack of progress. The NAACP is not for. He's been fighting on topics like reparations and things like that, and speaking up for American descendants of slaves long before it was a hashtag. He's been doing this for a very long time, and I want to just welcome my friend.
Taking a staunch anti-ADOS stance, right? And I'm taking that stance because I feel like anyone who says that they are part of that, I look at them as my enemy. I look at them as a personal threat to me because of how ADOS and that community has come at me. So when we talk about the conversation with reparations, and you talk about you a member of ADOS, I'm out of the conversation.
A total of about $52,000 over the time that we worked together. And that's not a lot of money if like she's working for Microsoft or something, but it's a lot of money if you're working with your friend who's trying to help you out, you know, who hears you when you say that you're having trouble paying your bills and you're trying to do your best to support them, you know, but every penny out that was owed, I have receipts on that. Like, it's not like I said I was going to do something and did not do it. I always paid everything that we agreed to. And really, you know, when she was coming on my YouTube channel, I saw that as more of a favor. Like, I'm sharing my channel with you. Most people don't share their YouTube channels. Like, do you know anybody that's got a big YouTube channel like The Advice Show with Phil or Paris Milan or Tommy Sotomayor or Tariq Nasheed or even Yvette? You know any of those people that would just let other people come on their YouTube channel and just talk like I'm talking to you? Most people don't do that. I did that because I was helping my friend. I didn't do that because I needed people on my channel. You know, it's my channel. I can go on there whenever I want to. You see, I have the Boyce Watkins channel, and I just come on there myself. So I don't need other people on my channel. And I did it because I wanted to see my friends win. You know, and that was the thing that confused me the most was, you know, if I'm your friend and I've given you all thousands of dollars and you never gave me a penny for anything, I lent you a platform. I never charged you for it. I let you use my YouTube channel. You never had to pay for that. You know, and then you're coming back acting like I owe you something. That tells me maybe you have a welfare mentality. Like why would you think that your friend owes you money? I mean, I'm serious. Like does anybody? Can you imagine having a friend that gave you $50,000? You know, Breaking Brown was nothing when we first started working together. The reason we became friends was because she emailed me and sent me an article and said, Dr. Boyce, will you share my article on your website? And I said, sure, because I want to share. I want to expose smart black people. I want smart black people to be seen by the world, you know. So I was like, oh yeah, this is a great article. Sure, I'll share it. And with Breaking Brown, what we did was we had a partnership where I said, I can drive traffic to your site to get you subscribers, and we'll put ads on it, and we'll split the money, because both of us were struggling to get money at that time. It wasn't like I was balling out of control and she was in the poorhouse. It was like I would be losing money some months, and I would still make sure she got what I owed her, right? So it was just kind of like confusing to me, you know, when she, you know, had this interpretation like, oh, he took from me, he didn't even give me enough money to pay my rent. No, I never knew that as your friend, it was my job to pay your rent. Like, I didn't know that was my job to pay another grown-ass person's rent. You know, like when did that become my job? I pay my own rent. I never looked at my other friends and said, you owe me rent money. Like, you know, and I've done favors for all kinds of people. I've written articles for people, done videos with people, done all kinds of stuff with people, and I've never, I can't think of anybody, like I never been, I'm like, what would I look like if I went to David Banner? David Banner's a friend of mine. What if I went to David and be like, man, you didn't even give me enough money to pay my rent, and I went on your YouTube channel, nigga, you owe me? Like, that's a weird mindset. I don't get that mindset. If David Banner had me on his YouTube channel, or if Tariq Nasheed said, hey, boys, you can come on my YouTube channel 3 times a week to talk, you know, about whatever you want to talk about, I would say, thank you, man. Wow, that I really appreciate that, brother. Is there anything I can do for you? I wouldn't say, nigga, you need to pay me $10 an hour for being on your YouTube channel. You know, like that would seem weird. That would seem very weird, right? So that's where my brain was on that. So that's just me giving you the most honest answer I can give you.
Sure. I taught at Syracuse University for all those years and all that. As a professor, as a scholar, I believe in the free exchange of ideas. And so, when the problem was, the reason that sometimes cost me was when somebody would go on my channel and do something that I did not agree with, I did not like, so Yvette, was using my channel, and I didn't realize till afterwards how much self-promotion she was doing. Like, go follow me, everybody go follow me. So it's sort of like you're scooping followers off of my channel. Go look, don't believe me, go watch the videos. The videos love it, right? And I'm like, okay, so she's trying to build her platform. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But then, when I saw that video with Farrakhan, that video broke my heart. Like, I think that's the one that sticks out in my...
Great women are rarely well-behaved. And I think about that when I think about Yvette Carnell from BreakingBrown.com, my homegirl, my partner in crime, who I have on the line. How you doing today, Yvette?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I was doing good until suddenly in my email inbox, I'm flooded with all these messages from my friends in the Nation of Islam who are saying, oh, I think you need to talk to Sister Yvette, because I think she's got some things wrong about the minister, and you work with Yvette Carnell, you need to shut her down, and I got a lot of that backlash, and I said, well, what's going on? So I go on the channel, which is open to you. I allow you and other people with diverse opinions to express their point of view, and we believe in freedom of speech. So I saw the video that you did on Minister Farrakhan, and I said, uh-oh. And so I watched the video, and I said, you know what? And as people emailed me, first thing I said was, this is Yvette's opinion, and Yvette is, I will stand by Yvette. The day I'm not standing by Yvette, you're gonna have to see me in a casket somewhere, because I'm with Yvette till I die.
We ain't friends. No more. How did it?
He made it like
Cold War. We ain't close.
So we gonna be here forever.
Like we used to be. We ain't
My
friends.
side, my dog, my nigga. Yo, how long you think that you could get away with it? Did you think that the bullshit would stay hidden? That nigga fucked up, making me choose. Yo, I used to have love for you, now refuse to have anything other than hate. My brother's fate finished. I wonder how the evil got up in us. You throw dirt on my name, when you bleed, then you gain. When you need it, you came. Not now, we ain't friends. Do the math, yo, add and subtract. Every year I lose a close friend. Too many haven't come back. I seen on the night of their death. I sat in on Nick backing up, going home inspired the chef. I tried to make a little money done and buy it myself, not knowing that this drug required some help. I had nowhere to turn, yo. What could I do when you gave me your back? Like, now I see what I couldn't before. Your nose diving like that Egypt air. I put y'all right in the mall. It ain't a line that y'all couldn't absorb. I makes it clear for ya and quickly gets up in your area. Handle y'all business. Let it be known that I know trying to spread a rumor, the letter's going through ya. They never grow too old to get your revenge. When it's on, then it's on. Don't talk, we ain't friends. Hey yo, how long you think that you could get away with it? Did you think that the bull would stay hidden? By making me choose. Yo, I used to have love for you, now I refuse to have anything other than hate. My brother's fate finished. I wonder how the evil got up in it. You throw dirt on my name, and you bleed, then you gain. When you needed, you came. Not now, we ain't friends. I know that's neutral. I move quick to shoot you through your stitching. Stop your twitching. Can't sell no rocks without my permission. Knuckleheads mean a lot of friction. The bullshit be non-existent. So if you live in a lie, that means you only welcome, dog, for a limited time. I don't care who you know. Interfere with my dope, then I come where you stay. We was cool yesterday, but now I'm living for tomorrow. A brand new me, I move on. Never hesitate when you wrong. Catch me in the crib with one shoe on. Get in the mail, nothing but bills and coupons. Overpower y'all, I'm too strong. Appealing to kids, they going crazy in the crib when the juice gone. Are you as stubborn as me? Is it love? Is it beef? Do we all make amends? If not, we ain't friends. We ain't friends. Now how long you think that you could get away with it? Did you think that the bull would stay hidden?
So, you know, with that said, Cory Booker's remarks led me to think about President Trump. And here's the thing about Trump that's fascinating, right? Trump is kind of a boogeyman, you know, for black people. He really is a boogeyman. I think Trump could be in that category. He has his values. He's an old conservative white male. He believes in like the police state. He believes in big business. He's a Republican for the most part in terms of his thinking, and that doesn't align with a lot of the values in the black community. But that also explains why you see black people, because black people are diverse, and you have the right to be diverse. You have black people who are like, I don't care if you don't like me. Don't matter, I don't like you either. But can we do business together?
Niggas is like serpents out there. Serpents will bite. They outside, and then they roll back into their holes.